So we're back for another Can I Beat the Pole Lap in the 2025 season, and we are here for the Qatar Grand Prix edition. Now, qualifying, and to be fair, the sprint portion of the weekend was quite interesting. So the sprint race itself quite boring, but the actual qualifying sessions for the shootout and the qualifying were quite interesting. Now, the main theme, the common kind of headline this weekend is that Oscar Piastri is back. He is back on form and is going to try and make a late push for the championship and is looking very strong this weekend. Thus, he's the man we are trying to beat today in this episode. Now, the time to beat, I don't remember exactly, but I know it's like a 119.3 if I'm not mistaken. It was super close. Lando messed up his final run in qualifying. Max tried at the end to find something. Russell also in the mix, but simply put, Piastri has been fast all weekend and he's been the man to beat. So today we are going to try and beat him. So we'll see how we go. I've preliminary set this track to 98% grip, which I'm accounting for a bit of dust and dirt. But yeah, we're not too sure what to expect. Now we're on the hard tyres. I might go for a couple of laps here on this first run just to get a bit of a feeling of the car around here. So we're going to go up on the engine mode. We're going to go to race mode, which is pretty conservative, and we're going to get started. We're going to move our bias down to 57. Oh, and that is what we're doing. A couple of laps, avoid the gravel and go again. You can already see just from doing a reasonably paced lap, the left side gets worked way more than the right side of the tyres. Anyway, around the final corner, let's go again. Let's load up the lap timer. And let's go. I've loaded up Oscar Piastri's sector times into this one, so we are going to be racing 1-to-1 with Oscar as we go for attempt number 2. Oh my god, lock up there into turn 1. That was a bit unexpected. Fighting the car on the way out. This is where Lando made a mistake in qualifying in Q3. Right, into the double right. Of course, we saw Max have a massive moment here in the sprint shootout. We just about keep it on track. That's a lot of understeer though. Oh my god. I'm struggling so much to get the car stopped right now. This hard tyre is not working. Car is very loose on the rear, I will admit. I think we are definitely going to have to do some work on setup to get it dialed in. Right, we'll go again and see if we can try and get a valid lap on the board. At the minute, we are nowhere. Braking a little bit earlier and a bit lighter for turn 1 to avoid locking up. Turn 2, but stay tight on the inside curb. Could have carried a bit more speed, but that's better. So far, so good. Let's not go in as hot here into the double rights. That's nice. Better line, tidier line. Into the hairpin again. Struggling so much with the low speed. Car fighting massively. That's the slowest corner on the track, so there won't be much more of that. A little bit wide of the apex there as we floor it and open it back up now through this one. Of course, turn 10 where track limits was a big talking point in the sprint. Just about keeping it off the gravel on the way out as we open it up now into the triple right. First one should be flat. Second one also flat. I'll take a little confidence lift through that one. And there's the left, also nowhere near flat right now, but we've got a decent lap underneath us here. Final corner, a little bit deep, a little bit wide, but keep it on the track. Open it up as we run DRS to the line. It's a 128.7, but we are way off the pace right now. Right, let's waste no time by going on to a set of medium compound tyres, which should give us significantly more grip. Also for the fuel, we're going to drop that to 25, which is half of what we were running before. Now the strat modes we'll sort out in a bit, but all I will say, strat 1 has nothing mapped. So if we were to run strat 2, we would at least have deployment down the straight. Now what we're going to do in the meantime is use some overtake manually ourselves using the override. So In the meantime, let's talk about the aero kit. Now, we're going to go, I think, for high downfalls. I think it's a track that just requires it. You have to be quick on the corners. I'm also going to do a little clicker front wing, but not a lot, just a little bit. The brakes is interesting. So we're going to go down on the brake balance map by 1, which gives us, I think, a default of 57. And we're going to also knock the bias to 57 here, which makes it actually 56 in the car. So elsewhere, let's do some other quick adjustments. If we scroll down to some more tasty details. Now, we've got the engine map, which is balanced right now. We, of course, got high. We've got high plus. We've got low and wet. We'll stick with balance. It's not a traction-heavy circuit. We'll run a race plus on the power unit mode. And then I won't touch the engine brake because that tends to over-rotate the car, which I don't particularly like. Now, camber and toe, we'll do this once we're on softs because that relates to tyre overheating and tyre temp. So right now we're on the colder side, but we are on the harder compounds. And yeah, all I want to do here, of course, ride height is already on minimum, which is great for this track. So all I want to do really is just lower the roll bar a little bit on the front and the rear by a couple of clicks. And I just want to increase the torsion bar on the front so that it responds a little bit better. Let's see what we can do on this one as we break into 8th gear a bit easier this time. Bit of a lock up in the way in. All good though. The delta bar at the top is compared to my previous best lap, by the way. So we've got 2 deltas. We've got the one to Piastri bottom left and the one to myself at the top of the screen and in the top right. So we'll have multiple references. Carrying way more speed on this lap though, way more grip on this tyre. Of course, the increased downfalls playing a role. Really struggling for that hairpin though, just to get the car stopped. I think we'll go for a second lap here, but we're already finding quite a significant bit of time without having used any of the overtake. Turn 10, that's a lot better through there. Really nice. Now the triple rights should be all flat now, I think, with the medium tyre and in the increased high downforce package. We'll keep our foot pinned here. Oh, light, small micro lift. Just wasn't sure if it was going to commit or not, but we're keeping it moving. Final corner, turning in early there. Good stuff. Right, we found 2 seconds. And now we're going to use some overtake. So down to 70. Already gives us 3/10. And we've got more tyre temp now for this second lap, which is going to help massively. Look at the grip, look at the confidence now. Overtake out of turn 2 through turn 3, making a huge difference. Oh, bit of understeer there, had to just get out of it. Ah, damn it. That corner is so difficult. Right, we go again. Overtake before the line. So we're going to use a bit more this time, down to 60. Let's go for it. Let's try and improve. A little bit wide at turn 1, but you can sort of get away with that. Turn 2. Good turn in there. Good stuff so far. Right, let's try and sort these 3 corners out. Turn in early. Seems to be more grip when you turn in earlier. That's nice. Come on, slow down for me. I'll take that. It's better. Still a lot of time there, though. Right, let's try and shave off another couple of seconds on this one here. We're going to use a bit more engine mode when we get the chance. Easy. Easy. Getting a bit wild. Somehow the lap stays valid, so I'm going to take it in my stride. Right, through the triple rights. Let's make this count. Come on. Oh my god. Wow. Front left completely gave out there. Okay, I'll try again. I'll take a recharge lap. Right, I just clocked. We had brake magic on still. That would explain the locking. I'm pretty certain that would explain the locking. So now we full send it. Let's see if we can now brake correctly into turn 1 without locking a front. Oh my god, that's all on the rear now. Oh my days. Okay. Good. Right. Very good. I'm going to actually go up a little bit. on that bias. Back to 57 and reset that. Because suddenly now the brakes make sense. That was lovely through there. Right, big test. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the issue. Done at Hamilton. 2021 Baku, brake magic on. Right, just feather it through here. Back on the gas as we carry the speed through. 9 into 10. Didn't really open up the line enough there as I was a bit out of shape. And now we floor it into the triple rights. Look at the lap time now. This one, we're absolutely flying. I will take a little confidence lift just to get the lap on the board. Big speed carried through there. Right, final corner. Watch the rear locking this time as we head in. Car's very much on the nose and now battery to the line. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 123.2. That is what I'm talking about. Right, time to whack on some soft tyres. Also for the fuel, we'll halve it again. We'll go to 12 litres. We'll do a strap mode after this run. For now, we're going to stick to the manual override. I don't think very high downforce is the way to go. I'm happy with the high downforce, and I'm happy with the wing for now. The car doesn't feel like it's struggling much. Obviously, we've got a softer compound on as well, which is going to help a lot. Now, brakes. This one is interesting. I'm going to reset the brake balance map to default because we kind of need to relearn the brakes. So I'm going to go 57 and see how that feels. Hopefully, that gives us a better balance. Now, I'm happy with the migration and everything. What I want to work on here is the brake shape. So I will try brake shape map 1. So essentially, there's only one big braking zone here, turn 3. So we can probably get away with more pressure initially and kind of less migration, having a more linear approach in the braking phase. So we'll go for that and see how that works. Elsewhere, differential, I am fairly happy with it for now. I may go down on the exit if I feel like it to improve rear traction. There's traction zones here. There's not many, but the ones that you do get need to be good. But really, all the lap time here is just having that confidence to throw the car around. So for this time, we're going to go into push on the power unit mode as well to carry some more speed. Right, push mode activated. Here we go. Overtake. Out the last corner. Up to 8th gear, and then we'll cut it. And now we let the lap commence. Right. Oh yeah, now it makes sense. You just kind of throw the car into turn 1 and it just grips up beautifully. Turn 2, just got to wait a little bit to open the power up. Easy flat through 3. And now into the double right-hander. Carrying supreme speed there. Into the hairpin, straight line braking. Picking up a bit of a later apex to get a nice exit. Through the double left. A little bit wide, bit of a correction there, but all good. Whoa! Big save. Turn 9's proving difficult to go flat through there. Woo. Right, decent bit of the battery now as we head into the fast off. So I guess now we try and commit. Whoa, car bottoming out. Ah, that's wide. I mean, I'm going to continue because we'll likely go quicker than this anyway. I just won't use any battery to the line. It's still going to be an improvement of sorts. 22.1. I mean, we're still a way off. Still a fair way off Piastri's hump, to be honest. So, still a lot of work to be done. Right, the important thing for this one is going to be the strat mode. I've tried to map them so we have a good setting. Now, this is going to change, of course. I don't think I'm going to nail it first time, but I've set up each split according. So you're going to use the majority of the battery down the pit straight. Then we're going to use a little bit of an e-boost out of turn 2. Then a short little burst out of the hairpin. And then another little short burst out of the next right-hander. Then on that kind of exit of turn 10 towards the triple rights, we're going to use e-boost plus some MGUK. And then a little bit more before the penultimate corner. And then whatever is left up to the line. So across 8 splits, we're going to see if this all works out. Of course, now running minimum fuel and some setup tweaks. a bit wild, not the best. It's a small improvement. I was in strat 1, was that the wrong strat? Should I have been in strat 2? I'll have to double check real quick. It all seems about right, I just don't think we have enough E-boost being used, so we can probably up that a little bit everywhere. Ooh, a little bit of a snap there as we get the lap underway. Right, hopefully this time, correct modes, we should see a difference in a lap time. Trying to brake late for turn 1, but we run a bit wide. Same goes for turn 2, a little bit wide there, but all good. Just important to keep the speed up. But we're only a 10th up, we need like 3 seconds. Turning a little bit earlier there. Still, even then, a bit late. Into the hairpin, feed it through, open up the gas. Good stuff so far. Turning earlier here, try and get the nose into the corner and then deal with the rest after, but that's a bit too much of an oversteer snap on the way out. Into turn 10, there's the apex, there's the exit. Should probably be another 10th up or so. And now we should gain lap time through here, all the way pretty much to the line because of the engine mode. Ooh. I'm wondering if we go up on track grip, because we're not going to find 3 seconds. Car is already on the limit. Right, I've changed the grip. We are now on 100% maximum track grip for us to challenge for pole. So, let's see what that sort of grip translates to. It does feel pretty good on the outlap, so I'm hoping that reflects in the lap time. Here we go. Oh my god, yes, you just throw it into turn 1, the car just sticks like glue. Same for turn 2, although we took a bit too much inside curb. Curbs are very slippery, it seems. So we're back where we were at 10th up, into this double right-hander. A little bit of a hesitation on the throttle there. Get the car stopped, turned, squared up and out. For this right now, we can probably take a wider entry because we have more grip, which results in a better exit. Flat through 9, braking nice and late for 10. Yeah, now we've got the grip. Now we've got the grip. It's still not giving me as much lap time as I'd like, but this should all be flat now with no dramas. A little bit wide there, but you can see we still get away with it. Little lift there. Final corner. Haven't done this corner once properly yet. Been braking too early, turning in too early. That was much better though. We do find some decent time, but it's only a 21.0. So yeah, we are still a way off. A long way off. Might have dipped the wheel in the gravel there. This has been a really good lap up until that point. There's a bit more time to find here, I think. There it is. Ah, not the best through there. Too late on the turn-in. Well wide last corner. Carried a bit too much speed in, but decent time. There's a bit of battery left, so we can probably use a bit more. 20.6. I think if we get within a second, we've done quite well here, to be honest, because the nature of this track, because you barely press the brakes except for turn 1, a little bit turn 2, the double right-hander and the hairpin, and the last corner. Like, generally speaking, the slowest corner is in 3rd gear for the hairpin. Other than that, you're kind of 4th or above, so it's a very fast track. You can't make much lap time difference. That was a good lap. That was really good. Really good. Like, that's the first lap where I could say genuinely there's not really a mistake in that at all. Like, we're clutching straws and picking hairs to maybe try and get a 19, which I might try and do, but that was really good. I think maybe only turn 2 was a little wide of the apex, but I'm really just clutching the straws there. That felt brilliant. That was a really nice, smooth lap with no errors. Oh, struggling to go quicker. Stupid lock-up. Oh wow. Ooh. Overdone it a bit. Ah, damn it. I can't do a lap now. I just can't get a lap together. Track limits. I think I'm done. I don't know what to do. I think that's everything. Like, that lap felt really good. I did go a bit quicker on one before that I'm validated on, but I don't know how I did that because that felt better. So I think I might have to leave it there. We're within a second, so that's about it. Right, let's talk about the setup really quickly. Now, guys, I'm going to just say it, pause the video because there's a lot here. We changed almost everything. I tried everything. There wasn't a ton of mistakes. It's just a track where you don't really make like massive errors. Like I said, you only brake really for the hairpin, like a proper braking zone. So the rest of the track is pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. So there isn't much you can do. Yeah, the strap mode worked fine. I tried different downforce packages, but nothing really worked. I also messed around with the brake trace and the brake shape, so I have more consistent in terms of migration and use. But yeah, nothing seemed to really work. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't answer. I tried everything, and I just think we lacked a bit of grip, whether it's the track mod or the car. I mean, I'm on the right tyres, but I guess it swings and roundabouts depending on some episodes. You know, some tracks are better than others, and some aren't as good. We've had tracks where we've had plenty of grip in the past. In this case, it seems like we lacked a little bit. Either way, that was all of it. We gave it a good go, and we fell short. But guys, if you enjoyed the episode, I'd massively appreciate a like. Let's try and smash 1,000 likes. Subscribe for more, and by the time this goes out, you never know. Maybe, just maybe, Lando Norris is world champion. Maybe, just maybe, we have a three-way fight heading into Abu Dhabi. I guess we're going to find out. Anyway, I'll leave the mods link down below, guys, in the bottom of the description, so go check it out. Also, guys, as always, a massive shout out to my channel members. Also, check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and let's go back from me.